breaking news from WTWO. From your local news leader, this is WTWO Today.
Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Jen Thompson.
And I'm David Shepard. Let's get started with a check of the top stories we are following for you this morning.
First at 6, one child has died, another seriously injured after a collision with a TransCare ambulance and a bike.
From your local news leader, this is WTWO Weekend Edition.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Easter Sunday. I'm Julia Prickett. We start this evening with news out of Coles County, Illinois.
Getting you ready for the day as you get ready for your day. Local news is what we do. Local 4, local for you.
Magnum has a tendency to become obsessed with his investigations.
What? You have no idea how much it hurts to be shot. Private investigation can be great fun.
Magnum PI, weeknights at 6 p.m. Eastern on Great Entertainment Television.
My name is Ironside. I've been assigned to prove your innocence.
Ironside, another episode next on Great Entertainment Television.
Attention, this is an FSU alert. A dangerous or life-threatening situation exists on campus. Take shelter now in a secure location. FSU police are responding. Remain alert.
Terrifying moments on Florida State's campus today. Students and staff hiding in classrooms and running across campus, trying to survive a gunman.
It was a loud bang, bang, bang. Kind of sounded like construction at first, but then you hear the screams.
I think I'm just definitely trying to process everything, but honestly, more than anything, just heartbroken.
None of these people here would have to worry about that, but that's what we're dealing with. And it's disgusting is what it is.
Now tonight, the community is left to recover, regroup, and heal in the journey ahead.
Trusted, local, WCTV Eyewitness News starts now.
And thanks for joining us tonight at 11, everybody. I'm Abby Walton.
And I'm Zach Dahlheimer. People here in the Big Bend and all around the country are coping with the tragedy that happened on Florida State's campus earlier today. 2 men dead and many others in a hospital tonight. And the son of a local deputy, the suspect behind today's shooting.
Already a memorial is forming outside the student union where all of this started around noon today.
From your hometown news source, this is WALB News 10.
Tonight we're continuing to follow a deadly mass shooting that claimed the lives of 2 on Florida State University's campus around lunch today. While no motive has been released by police, authorities have confirmed that the shooter was a FSU student and the son of a Leon County Sheriff's Office deputy. He's been identified as 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Mackenzie Petrie. Police say in total 9 people were shot in the incident, the shooter and 8 victims, 2 of which died.
Now live on 10 Tampa Bay, a deadly shooting at FSU. Tonight, as investigators look for a motive, students reflect on what happened on campus.
Serious charges for Bartow High School's head football coach, the inappropriate conduct he's accused of having with a student.
And a health alert after a rabies scare in Hillsborough County. Health officials warn what you should be on the lookout for now.
Keeping you informed, prepared, and connected. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay.
Like nervous, I'm scared for my friends.
Hightailed it out of there, ran through the union, pointed at multiple people on the way, started yelling, call 911, there's an active shooter.
We got the desks and started piling them up against the door.
I was completely in shock. I didn't think this could happen at Florida State.
Tragedy tonight in Tallahassee. 2 people killed, another 6 injured after a shooting on Florida State's campus. Right now, multiple law enforcement agencies are going through several crime scenes and working to talk to hundreds of witnesses to today's shooting.
Connecting neighborhoods across the Big Bend and South Georgia, telling stories from within our communities. This is ABC 27.
This morning, following up on the Florida State University shooting. I'm Mayor Sargent on FSU's campus, where, as you can see behind me, a memorial has been set up for the victims following Thursday's active shooter incident that took place on FSU's campus. We're hearing the latest from law enforcement and hearing from some student reactions from the day.
Good morning, I'm Terry Gilliam, your neighborhood reporter. This morning, we're speaking with a local bakery owner who sprung into action on Thursday following the news of an active shooter.
ABC 27 is bringing you live team coverage from campus following Thursday's campus shooting. We begin this half hour with First to Know meteorologist Riley Winch for the weather.
A tornado outbreak in parts of North Texas.
Oh, power flash. Power flash.
Heavy damage in the path of the storms, and lives changed.
It picked up that part of the house and slammed it down.
Our neighbors just west of DFW now face a long road to recovery. 24 hours ago, North Texans were taking shelter from tornadoes, and tonight, cleanup is well underway. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Teresa Woodard. There were nonstop tornado warnings for 6 hours last night.
This is CBS News, Texas.
Looks like something almost took a bite out of it.
I thought somebody's going to be dead. That's what I was afraid of.
Right now at 10, major damage and destruction across parts of North Texas. Likely tornadoes last night, ripping off roofs, shredding trees, and covering neighborhoods in debris. Plus, our Garland mother describing the moment she went from decorating for Easter to shielding her child from gunfire.
Gracias todo lo que hiciste así, Señor.
A story rooted in faith, nurtured by love, sitting in the South Texas soil. And we will take you there to Texas's Miracle Tree. We welcome you in on this Sunday. Happy Easter. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Steve Pickett.
First responders search for a woman and child swept away near the Arkansas River after deputies say they drove into high water. We'll have a live report coming up. Plus, what we're learning about the deadly storms that caused more flooding and tornadoes in other parts of the state.
Live from downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma's own News on 6 starts now with breaking news.
This just into our newsroom. An endangered missing advisory has been issued for 15-year-old Shane Hall, who was last seen on Friday in Broken Arrow.
2 News Oklahoma starts now with breaking news.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Kathy Tatum.
I'm 2 News reporter Samson Tamajani.
We have spent the entire evening out here near Bixby in a tragic situation. A family was crossing a creek when their car was swept away. And joining me now to talk about what happened next is Matt Rose with Wagner County Emergency Management. Matt, kind of take us through what has happened so far.
This is CBS News New York.
Breaking news on CBS News New York. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. The Vatican making the announcement just a few minutes ago.
We are live this morning with how he is being remembered. Good morning on this Monday, April 21st. I'm Chris Raggy.
And I'm Mary Calvi. Welcome to CBS News New York. The sad news comes a day after the Pope made a special appearance for Easter at the Vatican.
Good morning. You're watching WCVB News Center 5 Eye Opener.
At just about 5 a.m. on a Monday morning, we are following breaking news. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. This is a live look from Vatican City right now. You can see people there are starting to gather in St. Peter's Square.
We want to get right to Todd Kaskiewicz. He's in the newsroom now with more. Todd?
Doug, Antoinette, good morning. The Vatican announced the news a short time ago, posting on social media, quote, Pope Francis died on Easter Monday, April 21st, 2025, at the age of 88 at his residence in the Vatican's Casa Santa Marta.
Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, Pope Francis has died. Everything we're learning from the Vatican and the tributes pouring in for the beloved Catholic leader.
Streaming on First Coast News Plus, this is First Coast News. On your side, we begin with breaking news.
Breaking overnight, the Vatican announcing Pope Francis has died. The news coming down just within the last hour.
The announcement from Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the Vatican's treasurer, saying in part, quote, his entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of his church. He taught us to live the values of the gospel with faithfulness, courage, and universal love, especially for the poorest and most marginalized.
Breaking news from overnight, Pope Francis has died. The Cardinal making that announcement this morning.
A truly heartbreaking morning for the Catholic community. The Pope succumbing to health complications. We thank you for joining us this morning for WESH 2 News Sunrise on a Monday. I'm Jason Guy.
Good morning, I'm Nancy Alvarez. We have team coverage this morning for you. Paula Tristan Aruda.
From Indy's streaming news leader, this is breaking news from WRTV.
Breaking news this morning out of Rome. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. ABC's Rena Roy gives us a look back at the life of the pontiff and his impact on the Catholic Church.
Good morning and glad you're here with us. I'm Adrina Sinclair.
And I'm Jackie Kostek in for Dana this morning. We begin with the breaking news the world is following this morning that Pope Francis has died.
And you are taking a live look now at the Vatican as crowds gather. And Pope Francis's death comes less than 24 hours after he gave an Easter Sunday speech to people. Let's go to a special report now from CBS News.
This is a CBS News special report, the death of Pope Francis. I'm Gail King with Tony DeCoppola and Nate Burleson here in New York. We want to get right to the news from Rome, where the bells have tolled 88 times to commemorate that.
9 News Mornings at 4:30 a.m. starts right now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jordan Chavez.
And I'm Corey Rose. We begin this morning with breaking news from Rome. The Vatican has confirmed Pope Francis has died at the age of 88.
Cardinal Kevin Farrell announced the pontiff's passing at 11:35 Sunday night. He stated, quote, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the home of the Father. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of his church. Pope Francis was notably dealing with a case of double pneumonia, which led to his hospitalization back in February.
Live from WKYC Studios, this is 3 News at 6 with Russ Mitchell and Christy Paul.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tributes are pouring in tonight following the death of Pope Francis at the age of 88.
The Vatican confirms his cause of death now. It was a stroke that led to irreversible heart failure. And tonight, his passing is being felt worldwide as his legacy of compassion and leadership is remembered.
Tonight at 6, a local high school student shot and killed, a vigil growing, and a shooter still on the run.
Well, a man accused of murdering an elderly woman in Thurston County appears in court. The victim's family also making a statement. We have that coming up.
The world remembering Pope Francis today.
The fact that he spoke up for immigrants, the fact that he came from another part of the world.
How Catholics nationally and locally consider his legacy.
Skies are clearing and I'm pinpointing another big-time warm-up. Wind will be back in the 70s.
Counting down to the draft.
We can just go pick darn football players.
The Seahawks strategy going into Thursday with 10 picks.
Plus, a manhole explodes with kids just feet away. What might have caused this close call tonight at 6.
And our top story tonight, a community in pain. A Garfield High School senior shot and killed at a party in Yakima over the weekend.
El mundo católico está de luto esta noche por el fallecimiento del Papa Francisco. En sus 12 años de pontificado, logró sacudir los cimientos de la Iglesia.
Con sus ideas progresistas y su apoyo a personas de diferentes orígenes, inspiró a muchos, sin olvidar su férrea defensa de los inmigrantes y los pobres.
El Papa Francisco fue un pionero. Ha sido el primer no europeo, el primer latinoamericano y el primer jesuita en dirigir la Iglesia Católica.
Y mientras el colegio cardenalicio se prepara para elegir a su sucesor en un próximo cónclave, los preparativos de su funeral están en marcha. A la par, los homenajes en su memoria resuenan en Nueva York y el mundo.
Y de esta forma iniciamos nuestra amplia cobertura en equipo con el tributo masivo al pontífice que vino a revolucionar la iglesia.
Esta noche en Telenoticias QYNS, edición de las 10. Laredenses reaccionan al fallecimiento de su santidad, el Papa Francisco. Autoridades dan a conocer la identidad de un sujeto que causó una persecución a alta velocidad y luego trató de escapar nadando hacia México. Y agentes de aduanas y protección fronteriza envían a segunda inspección a un conductor sin imaginar lo que iban a encontrar dentro de su vehículo. Ahí tiene un taco de ojo. Telenoticias QYNS, edición nocturna, comienza ahora.
Cobertura en la que puedes confiar. Esto es Telenoticias Laredo a las 10.
¿Qué tal? Muy buenas noches. Les saluda Miguel Amante. Muchísimas gracias por sintonizar Telenoticias QYNS, edición de las 10.